Oh, we're going to have a great freaking time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a brand new episode of With the Side of Chaos. This is Patricio, a.k.a. Rocky, and as always, I'm joined by the saltiest white dude you will ever freaking meet.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. It is freaking high. You ready to do this, bro?
Yeah, man.
Let's freaking do this.
I feel like I'm at EDC and I'm about to do 17 grams of Molly, if that's proper. Is that a proper amount of Molly? I don't know.
17 grams of Molly, I think, would sedate a small animal. I mean, a small elephant.
Oh, you really think so?
I was about to ask you, are your headphones blaring or too loud or too good?
No, you're good.
You're good on your headphones?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, welcome to the brand new episode. This is the podcast that puts a magnifying glass on Orlando to show the world that we're more than just theme parks. Whether it's the creative, the talent, or the diversity that gets overlooked because of a fucking mouse, we talk to them and we talk about the shit that's going on besides the fucking parks. Anyways.
By God, I still have my sound effect.
Really?
Yeah. You spend $600 for yours. I get to click the on-off button. How do you feel? I told you I was a budget guy.
Well, dude, I'm still trying to remember like the layout of the buttons that we have set up because we have a brand new board. Shout out to the law office of Aaron Morse for buying us our brand new soundboard.
Absolutely, this thing is fancier than the things that I claimed home. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, and no, it's dude, it is about half the size of our old board, 3 times more powerful because of the additions that it brings too.
I think I'm going to consider it my new emotional support animal. Is that okay? Can I consummate this?
I would. Hey, as a notary, I can make it legal, bro. So if you want to
take this out.
No, I see where you're going.
Out and I can go in. At an angle. XLR, baby. Just like, okay, I'm done.
But no, man, we haven't had a chance to hang out in quite a while, you and I. And this past week, you took me on your little tour of comedy.
No, I took you to one spot after the first one was a bust, and then we said we were gonna go, and then you signed up 13th because lucky 13, right? Yep. Miss Daytona. Yep, it was a blast,
dude.
We had a good time,
dude. We had a great
time.
Great time. We did some stand up over at Bull and Bush. I got to try out some old material.
Yeah, I saw that,
and some new stuff as well. And I fucking loved it, man. I got to go back out there. It was so much fun.
Yeah, you should. And then we went. Do you want to talk about the post activity or no?
Yeah, let's talk about the post activity because you took me somewhere where I'd never been.
Right. So about 6 months ago, I went to Fast Eddie's because you told me I needed a new vape because mine looked handicapped at the time.
Yeah.
And then I had to get a new one, and I went over there, and I was like, why did you guys block off half of your business because rent's bad? I mean, like, and the guy's like, you're funny, but we opened a new business next door. And we went in. And I was like, this is a fancy fucker place.
It was a fancy fucker
place.
It was definitely a fancy fucker place because they had art on the wall and they had one clean pool table.
It was really clean. And not like 2 dirty ones and 1 clean one.
Yeah.
It was 1 clean one. And everybody was really nice to each other. It was great. I hate alcohol culture. I love that culture more now.
Well, here's the thing about this generation, dude. Like this generation nowadays, they're nice. They're nice as long as you play on their wavelength. And we while we were there, dude, you ran into an old friend of yours.
I have no idea what that dude's name is. I talked to him for like forever, and I knew who he was. I knew what he looked like, but his name eluded me. Did he ask our podcast? Is he listening to this?
That's funny.
He had asked for the name of the show, and you didn't tell him. Like I had to plug our show to your friend.
Yeah, because he's not my friend. He was an old coworker that we commiserated together selling fucking books for people at Barnes and Noble.
Now you see, but before we bring in our guests, you bring on a really good topic because I've had this discussion with other people, and you raise a really big one. Are coworkers friends?
No, they're not. Unless it is a business created by friends. I mean, if you generate... Okay, so designation of a friendship means that you have a relationship that exists outside of work.
Okay.
If that's the case, then, I mean, you can have work friends.
Yeah. So a work friend doesn't constitute a friend.
Not necessarily. It's your commiseration buddy.
Okay. So okay. So
you do better in pairs. That's how work works.
So like Squid Game.
No, because that's another thing.
All right, so like
That's a competition. This isn't a competition. You're trying to fill all the peaches into the bin at Whole Foods. What? There's not really a competition to it.
But what about like the like let's say you go to jail for a couple of weeks or you go to prison for a couple of months. Like,
okay.
You make friends in jail.
That's different.
That
you make alliances so that the other people in that jail who communitively get together in native tribes don't fucking wreck you in the race war.
Fair and valid.
That's
Dude,
it. There is nothing else to that. If you're beyond 60 to 90 day lockup, you need friends.
Now, I'm a friendly dude since you've known me for years, and our guest has known me for quite a while. And within that time frame, like you and I have become great friends. We've hung out at parties. We've had so much fun, and like
I don't know if he's talking to you or me.
No, I'm looking at our guest. I'm looking at our guest. I'm about to bring him in a second, but like this is a good one right here because everyone in the
one
law
of the good
firm,
ones.
Everyone in my law firm, like I consider a friend because we've gone to outings together. We do a lot of work functions together, but then at the same time, like I don't hang out with them as much as I would do with our guest or with you, Aaron.
Right. Like me and that other dude have never shared a beer or a cigarette together. So that guy is not in my wavelength. He's a cool dude. He's really nice, but I don't remember your name. And it was like 8 years ago. You got to remember that. It's not a friend. Right. That's an acquaintance from a lost lover.
So would someone that you meet at a networking event would be considered an acquaintance or just someone I met at such and such function?
No, it's a networking event. You're there to network with other people so that you and that other person can accelerate the ideas of why you went to that networking event in the first place.
Stretching out your brand, right?
An extension of your brand.
It's the extension of your brand. Okay.
People work better as community in tribes than they do individually.
Okay.
And the individuals who do make rockets go in the air. And the people who get together make Joe Biden's cabinet.
Okay. I like how you swerved on that one. But no.
Well, it's not Kamala Harris. She disappeared.
Right?
What?
Right?
Yes, I'm going to tag you in on this one right now. But here's the thing. We had someone who was supposed to be on today's show that canceled via email because of conflict dispute or whatever. Fuck it. It's all good. But I reached out to a buddy of mine. Actually, no, he reached out to me because we always catch up every now and then, whether it's through text message or social media, or always on each other's tabs. And my boy Jaxton Wheeler, I'm bringing you in on screen right now. How you doing, buddy?
What's up,
dude? I'm always happy to hang out with you, whether it's behind the mic or a movie or fucking Podfest, like
right.
That was one of the.
Dude, I was so high, I forgot you were there.
You forgot that I was at the weed festival too, and tonight. You forgot that I'm.
No, I didn't even gonna be here tonight. But I had so much THC.
Like a messiah, you know that?
I took in so much THC in my mouth that when I kissed my girlfriend, it got her secondhand high.
I didn't even know secondhand high was a thing.
When you ingest over 5,000 milligrams of THC.
You actually, I remember that day because we had a freaking fun time, and that day you got me blocked on TikTok for 24 hours.
Oh my God, the controversy that inside. He was like, I can't post my carbon bed for a whole 24 hours. Fuck him. Fuck Twitter. Fuck him. Fuck TikTok.
But
fuck
no,
social media. Fuck them all.
I got a video of Jaxton with the audio like, ooh, look at this distinguished gentleman. Yes, very distinguished. And he was smoking a cigar. He was smoking a cigar at a Podfest, and he was with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the illusion of you pulling your thumb out, but
of her, yes,
yeah, and
she's a good actor.
She's a great actress,
yes.
Yeah. And we didn't do that in public because we were out in the open,
right?
And no, I would not subject my TikTok to vulgar stuff like that, even though I tend to do stupid shit here and there. But
we're entertainers.
We're entertainers. And the idea, dude, that video got thousands and thousands of views, hundreds of likes. And then TikTok was like, wait a second.
You do what?
What'd you do?
You got too successful in the algorithm?
Right?
Back down. Hey, while we're here, have you guys seen the movie The Platform?
No.
On Netflix.
Wait. Was it the one where with the food?
Yeah.
The table?
Yeah. Isn't that the best way to describe social media?
I see it as a freaking.
So I saw it once, and I'm not sure how much I retained.
It was two men who slept on the same floor.
Mhm.
And the top would get the food,
Mhm.
Yep.
and they would get 10 minutes with this like huge, like this table full of food.
Okay.
But there was like 500 levels.
Uh-huh.
So the top got their best food, and the bottom got nothing.
Oh.
Shit. Isn't that social
usually
media?
the people at the very, 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 very bottom.
Yeah.
You'd see cannibalism, obviously, and things like that.
It
But here's
really-
the thing: in the rooms, I remember it was like once every week though. You got put into a different room
Right.
at random. So you get knocked out with gas, then you wake up, and let's say that month, it was a month.
Yeah.
So that month you were on the very bottom level. If you could survive that month, it's blackout. You're gonna pass out, you're gonna wake up in a new floor.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
if you wake up, you were on the bottom, you could wake up on the first floor and be eating like a fat king. Literally, it was like the buffet from like Neverland, like just food upon anything you could think of. But by the time it gets down, because the people at the top, if they just ate what they needed, if everybody actually
Don't tell them the premise.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But it's about social hierarchy.
So covers
Can you
online
imagine?
says
It's about
true
greed.
story. He got me fucked up twice. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out who Covers is. Oh, I get it. Yeah. No, we have a viewer online saying true story. He got me fucked up twice. So we're talking about the whole kissing and the transfer of THC.
Oh.
Oh shit! But dude, thank you for coming on. I know it was a bit of a short notice kind of thing, but it's always a pleasure.
No, I loved it.
Pleasure having you here,
I'm excited.
dude. When we sit down, and I love how when I invited you, you text me back. You're like, "So what are we talking about?" And I immediately called you. I'm like, "We don't ever have an agenda. We don't ever have writing notes. We just go in and have a good time talking about topical things." And all right, cool. And then this motherfucker comes into the studio, sits down. He's like, "What's your email?" I sent him an email, and he's like, "Oh, here are the talking points." I'm like, "Wait, what?" This dude literally just like hacked the show. I'm like, "All right, you know what? I'm for it. Let's do what we got to do."
I could do some screaming today about political, social.
Well,
issues.
before we get into that, like a good one to dive right into is, and I didn't even think of this, and before you had said it, it was brought to my attention, I think this morning or last night, is that where the hell has Kamala Harris been? Like that is so true. Like we didn't hear enough of the prostitute turned first lady, Melania Trump.
No.
We heard everything about her, right?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard one goddamn thing. It's Black History Month. You don't think on the billboard should be the first ever black woman vice president?
It should. It totally should.
Where the fuck did they drop the ball on that one?
See, she's driving Joe around in the minivan, making
As
sure
Miss
he
Daisy?
gets as he colors
Yeah,
to the next venue.
probably.
Yeah, like,
Was that
push him up like
but
Weekend at
seriously,
Bernie's.
I mean, like you would think, like, I mean, if that's just like, ask that question. It's Black History Month. They haven't had. We haven't had a black leader in such a potential prominent position since MLK. Where the fuck is the
we
coverage?
did have Obama.
I was just gonna say, like,
Oh, okay, Obama.
Yeah,
Obama.
I'm like, how did you forget about
Well,
Obama?
it's also a lady.
Yes.
That so I think.
Oh, okay. I see. I see on the platform that you're talking
It's
about.
Black
Like,
History Month, so like Obama was the president. Yeah, we celebrated him obviously during when he was there. We celebrated him, but now you have the first woman, like black woman vice president. It's Black History Month. I haven't heard about her at all. Period. Anyways, and like, why isn't that something that's like being heralded?
But I think we have a new segment that we could start every single week. Pat, you want to hear more?
yeah, where in the world is Kamala?
Where in the world is
Kamala Harris?
We both know that real songs. We caught on. Jeez.
I mean,
we're always detectives here.
It had the same amount of syllables
Yes,
to play
we
out.
all-
Yeah.
we all
Carmen
figured it out.
Sandiego, Kamala
Harris.
Harris.
We put our three brains together. We got there.
No, dude,
Kamala Harris.
it's crazy how we get to butcher stuff from the 90s nowadays, because like the nostalgic feeling that we get from anything 90s, I freaking love it. A few weeks ago, my fiance's daughter was watching TV, and I come across and I hear Ralphie. I hear Arnold. I hear all these names. I'm like, wait a second. And then I hear Frizzle. I'm like, what the fuck are you watching? And she's watching the Magic School Bus. But it's not the Magic School Bus. It's the new version. Like this generation
It's hot too.
This generation's what do you call it? Magic School Bus. And dude, it's good. It's actually really good. Like they're applying all the facts and bases that we've discovered over the years in this day and age to that show, and they are freaking brightening up all these kids. And I don't know if you remember when you would watch the Magic School Bus at the very end, because like these kids would do crazy adventures, like when going to microscopic level and flowing through the blood system, traveling all over the galaxy, going through planets, and then at the end, like someone fact checks them. I don't know if you remember that.
No, wait, no, I don't.
Yeah, at the very end of each episode of the Magic School Bus originally,
Neil deGrasse is just there at the end of the episode going, "You guys fucked it up. You guys don't understand how atoms work,
right?
Fucking morons."
Yeah.
But no, they're doing it again with this one. And here's the thing: Kate McKinnon from SNL is Miss Frizzle's niece or daughter, or whoever, and she's the one taking over the class. With the not the original actors, but the original characters coming back. They're going on these crazy adventures. But at the very end, you get the actual Miss Frizzle, played by, forget her name, doing the fact checks. And dude, like they give hardcore facts of what these kids just got exposed to. But like, hey, listen, we did it like this, but here's the actual scientific proof of what we just did.
Right.
And I'm just blown away. Dude, I must have watched like 3 or 4 episodes with Sienna. And I'm like, we're literally sitting down, eating cereal, watching the Magic School Bus. I'm like, dude, I ain't going nowhere. I got Miss Frizzle right now.
All right.
One of the weird things is if you're looking at a lot of kids television, I don't want to put like socio-political into kids programming, but that's what they are doing. Ooh. If you are watching, I mean, it's for a good cause. It is legitimately for a good cause, but they're telling kids very early on, especially with a lot of the shows. There's a aquamarina kind of show called Aquanauts.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Aquanauts, I think it's called, and it's basically about a team of variety of animals saving the environment every time, and letting the people know that if you drink too much soda and you don't cut up your things, and then like it has a ton of like about the environment, because we can't help who's not helping us right now. So we're hoping that the next generation of people are not fucking scumbags.
Well,
seriously,
one of the things too to consider is our generation. I mean,
Octonauts. Yeah, thank you so much.
People like grew up in the 80s and 90s, were on the cusp of feeling what it was like to have parents that needed to work more and more and more and couldn't be home as much. So, growing
the rise
now,
of television.
Well, now that we were the kids, now we're the ages where we're the creators, and we understand this. And if you're a creator, you are of an intelligent mind, and generally, so you're aware of these like social issues going on.
Absolutely.
So if I'm aware of this, and I know that what I'm going to be putting in front of kids is going to have more influence than their parents nowadays, not necessarily because the parents are bad parents now or they're neglectful, but damn, you can hardly work 40 hours and afford shit.
No, I mean,
so you got to work 60 hours and still be able to afford shit
to keep the roof over the head, the internet on, and all these other things on top of what we had. Because here's the thing, you go back.
That's a requirement now. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a requirement
internet,
now.
Yeah,
internet. Okay, can we stop charging for the internet yet? I mean, honestly, it is the way that we give it to people who are poor on their phones for free.
They don't need the money. It's all money's fake anyways. They'll just create $5 trillion if they ever need to bail out corporations. So,
well, that's the thing, though. I mean, you're getting all these pick up. Someone say something. I'm lost.
Well, no. I get what you're saying. Where the information should be free to everybody. Google, information should be free.
But I thought Google was developing satellites that cover the world, or Elon Musk was developing, so there could be a free global internet.
Oh,
the idea is there. However, they're mostly making the focus of that particular project on South Africa and South America because of the way of the tilting axis of the Earth.
The way of the turd.
The way of the turd.
I am so sorry. I had to interject on that one because the way of the turd.
Now, what I extra appreciate about it is if you see me on the video, you see me doing the Christian right thing. I don't know why when I'm really focused on a point. You're just
plasting out.
I pray I'm right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Pray I'm not dying on this hill.
Oh, no. Anyways.
Oh, but dude, I mean, right there, dying on the hill.
The
Yeah.
school makes you do the internet projects. If you're what if you're a mole and you don't want to live in the world of the internet? Now your kids have to be on the internet or forced to use the internet.
It's as great as
back to the library in New York. Back to the library.
Fortunately, the powers that be, are going to use it like they always have as a weapon of some sort.
No, and it sucks. Just like you said it right there, dying on the hill and using it as a weapon. I mean, we live in an era right now where cyber warfare is a fucking thing. All right. The concept of that was not thought of 40, 50 years ago when we started, moving forward with connecting the world. When it came to the transatlantic line, the development of wireless technology, the creation of the internet. We didn't think like this could be taken and used against us. I mean, look at all the hacks, the cracking of the iClouds for people and like all the photos going out, the celebrity shit. What was it called?
Oh, God,
the fappening?
The fappening.
I don't know if you're being
actually called.
I don't know if that's the actual thing.
It is the actual name of what it was called because it was made by Reddit.
Okay.
It was made by a Reddit user, and he goes,
I will not doubt that.
Welcome to the fappening. It is the fucking title. There is no other way that is the name of it. And CNN had to say
the fappening.
The fappening.
So did
CNN had to say it. They're like, fappening.
Like Wolf Blitzer's like, do I have to say this?
No,
Wolf, read the fucking line.
Yeah, I can just do Wolf Blitzer.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Oh my God. I would pay. I think of all the people that I would ever get one of those videos from, like to
Ron Burgundy,
something like that. Wolf Blitzer. If we could send Wolf Blitzer doing a cameo message to somebody you didn't like, would be hilarious. Hi, this is Wolf Blitzer, and you're a piece of shit. You must be a piece of shit. Piece of shit,
dude. Dude, let's go halvesies and let's get Wolf Blitzer's cameo to say
they all have a price for shit.
Yeah,
you're watching with a side of chaos, and you're a piece
economy.
of shit.
And you're a
it's a
piece
gig
of
economy right now,
dude. I saw the other day. Okay, so mind you, just to get you up to speed, my car died about 2 weeks ago, so I was in the market, and screw this freaking economy, screw everyone right now, where you can't find a used car, a really reliable, good used car, base price you're paying about $8,850 to $9,000 to start.
At a dealership, yes.
You know what? That the problem is that you're looking in the wrong place.
Right.
You need to go
By
3 hours outside of town to find Joe's Track and Crack Shack.
Unfortunately, you find the best deals just in the areas with the least amount of people because they just need the business.
No.
Even if you would have taken your silly ass over to Groveland, I bet one of the farmers out there would have gladly sold you one of their old trucks for about $5,000.
No. You're absolutely, both of you guys are absolutely right. I went to a dealership because I saw online a certain car within a certain budget that I had, and I called ahead. I'm like, hey, do you guys still have this car? They're like, unfortunately, no, it's already off the lot. I'm like, okay, well, here's my budget. Do you have anything within this range? And the guy was like, yes, absolutely. We have a variety of cars within that range. Come on down. We'll help you out.
Right. Of course. Now, is there blanket statement?
Exactly. And I had to take an Uber from downtown Orlando to freaking Longwood to go to a dealership. I'm like, hey, and I'm gonna say it right here. Freaking, I go to Greenwood Kia in Longwood.
That's his price range, guys. You know it's real. You know, I mean, it's ramen for months now. He went to Kia.
I go to Kia and I go into the door and I'm like, look, I talked to Mark earlier today and he told me that they had cars within this range. And they're like, oh, well, let's go to the back. Let's go to the lot. Let's look at some things. And they take me to the
Hobo district. We'll find you a great car.
There it is. Yeah. They took me to the barren wasteland of the cars in the back. And I'm looking and I'm like, I can see myself in that car. I can see myself in that car. But let's see, what else. And then he comes back. He's like, well, with that price range, we have this car. Let's go find out some more information. But the whole time he's like, why don't we take what you have and finance a brand new car? I'm like, dude, I don't want to finance. I've said that clearly. And I must have said it to him like 4 or 5 times because he kept telling me his life story. Dude, I went through the same thing. I have less than you and I financed a new car. I'm like, dude, I don't want to finance. Jesus. And I go sit down. Now I'm feeling the pressure of the dealership. And they were like, well, listen, I just found out that car hasn't passed. We haven't done it didn't pass the inspection. we can't sell it. But hey, we can take your money and put it in. Shut the hell up. Like, dude,
really?
I was ready to freaking go.
Seriously?
Wait, no, that was a drop mic. I was trying to do the shotgun.
I'm so glad. I think I figured out the perfect way to deal with this situation.
What?
I'm going to just take my headphones off.
Yeah, no, dude, I lost it. And I raised a storm, and I got kicked out of Greenwood for my shit because I'm like, dude, you're pressuring me into something I didn't want. I told you this from the very get-go.
Financing options are your only choice.
Anywho, fast forward, you're right. The mom and pop places, the small places,
Or you're just person to person.
Yeah, and dude, I went from word of mouth, and I found this place, and they were able to help me out, get me the car that I needed. Same day, I was done, paid in full, walked out. We were good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, it freaking sucks in this day and age. Like, you can't find a car unless you have bank money. And I'm sorry for swaying the topic on that one. Robin in the chat was saying good shows to come back. Then Captain Planet.
Yeah, we need Captain Planet, but we need Captain Logic first.
Good shows to come back.
We need people to become intelligent again. How do we do that?
I don't know.
Actually,
we need groupthink. We need groupthink back.
We need more classes back.
Because it'd be pointless to bring back gargoyles. I'll say that right now.
Why pointless?
Like, why do we need gargoyles back?
I mean, why do we need anything back? It's all fake.
It's all fake.
Birds aren't real.
Fuck you. But dude, a lot has happened in the world this week. Well, actually, in the past 2 weeks, because we have fucking Spotify losing their shit with Neil Young and Seth Rogen. And I got pissed when I first started hearing about this shit because of the fact that, like, okay, look at the demographic and look at the people that Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan reaches.
I would love to see what Seth Rogen's opinion is on Joe Rogan's estate. He's like, I've made movies and I can't even afford what Joe Rogan gets paid on Spotify.
Right?
But no, Joe Rogan's demographic is, guys within our age range. All right, up and down, plus 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Neil Young is a bit out of our demographic.
What about Joni Mitchell? She's one of my favorites.
Sorry, jeez. I'd never even heard of the person until the
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
I don't even. What's Joni Mitchell's song?
I have no idea. I can't. If anyone's watching and name a Joni Mitchell song, go for it.
Here.
But I found it funny because I'm like, dude, the people who listen or appreciate Neil Young probably can't even download Spotify.
Right.
So, like, what's the point of telling Spotify, if you don't take down Joe Rogan, I'm going to tack up my shit and leave? I don't know why I did that voice, but
it really like stuck out like a sore thumb to me because I was like, okay, if Joe Rogan is really, really like giving a platform to such blatant misinformation, then why is the only person actually speaking up about it is somebody that's been so fucking irrelevant for so goddamn long?
Not even that. I just looked up Joni Mitchell. And all of her music is still on Spotify. So I can see that she is just totally true to her word on getting a Big Mac every single week. Because that's probably...
It might take... Well, it could possibly take a little bit of time to go through the contracts and terminate everything before they go ahead and deplatform it.
That's true. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, but Joni Mitchell's a piece of shit. Needs to shut her fucking mouth.
Well, no, here's the thing. I'm not saying that's not the case, but all I'm saying is that it could be possible, like if Spotify's in the process of doing it, but in the process of terminating contracts and shit like that, that's litigation and lawyers. That shit doesn't happen overnight.
Usually. Oh yeah, no.
Absolutely not. Unless you're Neil Young, and then it happens overnight.
Oh, so before I go into Neil Young, like, the whole reason why Joe's the media likes to make it seem like he's in the hot seat with their headlines. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. Even if Spotify dropped him, he's
got his own platform.
He's got more followers. He's got like 25% more followers than all of Fox and CNN's, all of their people put together. He still has 25% more than them all fucking together.
Here's the thing. What I've noticed over the years that you cannot cancel something if its fan base is bigger than the cancel culture that's trying to cancel it itself.
Yeah. Nobody's all together. You know how many black people in America have actually come out in support of Joe Rogan, even after the compilation video of him using the N-word? Yeah. You know what's fucked up about that? When you take things out of context, you want to take a little 3-second clip to really try to frame me. And that's why they call it framing. You know what I mean? So, obviously it was a very ignorant thing to do. But here's the thing: it's very much different than what was that Clippers owner.
Oh,
Okay, so here's the thing.
I forgot about that one.
Joe Rogan was not attempting to hide his behavior maliciously.
No,
he was having a conversation about things that he had heard said. It typically was what most of those clips were.
Yeah,
his the Black Theater comment that he made, if that clip wasn't made so clip to frame him, he actually admits to himself a sentence later. He's like, whoa, he's like, that was racist, actually. He's like, shit. He's like, that was racist. He's like, you know what I mean? He's like, he's seeing what he just said and what he just accidentally let come out of his mouth. That's not racism. That's ignorance.
Dude, okay. I want to go off of that because something happened to me last night that honest to God, I felt like a racist. All right.
Everybody's capable of it.
Yeah. And I want to talk about this. And it's the stupidest thing, but I think we're all going to like open our eyes right now. How many of you guys watch South Park?
Oh, yeah.
You love South Park, right?
Fucking love it.
Aaron, are you a fan of South Park?
I was. I haven't watched it in years. I don't have TV, though.
So South Park this week had they started their brand new season, 25th season.
Yep.
Dude, I mean, South Park has been out there for 25 fucking years.
Right, almost 30 fucking years.
It's catching up to The Simpsons,
it's
dude.
A quarter of a life.
There you go.
25 years. It's a quarter of 100 years.
Yep.
And
we got this tonight.
South Park
Math
made me feel like a racist last night.
I know. And you know, they purposely set it up that way this entire time, though.
I think like they caught on, or do you think this has been in the works?
Okay, look, do you know? Okay, this is what they're doing. They're making fun of cancel culture.
Yeah,
it's because it's like you guys know this shit's been going on already, but now for some reason you want to pick it out.
Mm-hmm.
All those episodes are public.
100%.
They were never hidden.
Never. And here's
Rogan or South Park. They're there.
Yeah, like they've always been there. So now we're just going to use it as ammo because you need it.
And here's the example of why I felt like a racist last night. The cartoon character on the show, Token, is one of the very few, or actually the first black character that they had on the show outside of Chef.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So he was the only black student.
Child.
He was the only black student in.
Because Chef was like kind of like not. Even though he was black, he was just like a very figure character.
Yeah.
Token was the only like not always there.
Yeah.
Black character, but he was like, but they made it very much appear the reason why his name is Token because he was the only black kid. So it wasn't like they didn't say it blatantly, but it was like so fucking. It's like if that fucking thing flies, it's a fucking bird.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean, it's like
so the family finds out. Stan's family finds out that Token is not actual name is Token, as in Token.
Yeah.
Because Randy's talking to Token's dad and telling him, like, why'd you name him such an odd name?
Mm-hmm.
He even said, like, it's such a racist name. He's like, I named him after my favorite author.
Right.
It's kind of weird to call a kid JRR, so we would with Token. And, dude.
It was Tolkien?
It's
like,
his name. Token.
Now they pronounce it. Now they start, actually, if you listen carefully.
Yeah.
If you watch all those episodes before, they weren't saying Tolkien.
They were saying Token.
They were saying Token.
Yeah.
You watch that shit. You can audio analyze that motherfucker. They've been
saying
I
did.
Token. Now they're saying Tolkien. I can hear that. The back of the throat. Now they're saying it's
a
Tolkien.
Great joke.
Oh yeah, you know it's Tolkien, right? Yeah. Did you know that he was named after the blah blah blah? Yeah, you did it.
And then they say the thing that got me, like, well, what'd you think they were calling him?
Right.
What'd you think he was named after? And boom! Like there's the scene where Stan goes to the doctor. He's like, I think I might be racist. And he tells him the situation. He's like, oh, yeah, Token. He's so-and-so's kid. Mm-hmm. Wait, what'd you think? And then he was like, I thought it was Token. Why would someone name him such a racist name?
Yeah.
And then like the doctor's like, I don't know if it's you or whoever. And he starts looking into the camera and calling everyone who thinks his name was Token a piece of shit.
Right.
And dude, I felt like a piece of shit.
But you know what that was making fun of is the way cancel culture right now is just out of fucking control.
Yeah.
You know, Trey Stone and Matt Park are not for this cancel culture.
Oh, no, 100% no.
They're not party affiliated or anything like that. They're very smart people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, minus basketball's appearance. They're very smart guys. I went to watch that movie again. I couldn't actually.
Dude,
it was bad.
It was so funny at the time because we were so immature. But watching it again, it's so slow paced to everything, and I'm just like, okay. But they've gotten a lot better.
You know, it'd be great for this day if they remade the popular Richard Pryor movie, The Toy. I think that would be a really effective movie nowadays.
I want to see Trading Spaces.
But what they're making fun of is it's like, so Kyle made, or Stan, was it Stan? It was Stan, right?
Stan.
Stan made an honest mistake.
Yeah.
But and he even wants to make up for his own mistake on his own accord.
Mm-hmm.
So that's somebody attempting to just be a better human being. And they're trying to figure out, what do I need to do to be this better human being? And so they go out and they ask advice to be this better human being. But what is society doing right now? And my friend brought up a good point. He's the owner of NSFW in New York, which is a safe sex club for millennials and things like that. And this is something that I've hinted to earlier on in my career that I kind of felt tugging at me, that what this world really needs. And it all goes back to forgiveness. And it all goes back to this culture of canceling only hurts everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perpetuation of hate. We need a society that is more on understanding why and having open conversations, and more focusing on us all growing and being and making it okay to become better.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's born perfect. Like this whole thing is just such horseshit. Like, you're not going to tell me that you have never called, you've never called somebody you've broken up with a bad word. You've never flipped off an old lady that's cut you off on the fucking highway that almost crashed your car. You maybe had your family in it. You felt like they almost fucking killed you.
Mm-hmm.
You lost your shit for one moment. So now you should not be able to be employed. You need to be the lowest life form of society if you got caught on camera doing that.
So here's the thing that I'm really excited. I told the world I was going to be famous, and I'm going to get canceled as soon as I get famous. And I'll tell you why. Because it will be hilarious of the hypocrisy that I will provide the world. To become the most elitist prick in the world is someone's job now.
Yeah.
Someone needs to stand up to show that everything is bullshit.
Yeah.
And right now, we need someone. We need a martyr first, and then I'll come right after that.
Well, my heart's going to give out soon enough, I'm sure. Anyway, so
okay. Well, you really want to be a martyr?
Here we go.
So I mean, just provide the platform to step onto, and I guarantee we will burn this corporate structure down to the goddamn frames of a warehouse. The music
industry actually is on the fringes. There's a lot of people. It's fake as fuck. It's all fake.
Oh,
absolutely.
So, and I just learned. So I I've been an adult worker for over a decade. Like, the people that I get to meet, and like the way I get to meet them, and like me being underground, like the trust that gets instilled in me. Because who's going to fucking listen? You know what I mean? Like, it's in my best interest.
Well, you're on a podcast now. Spill the beans.
I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to name names or anything. But the information that I got that I didn't know, something I did not know about Kanye West, is he put Jay-Z on.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Kanye West is pretty much responsible for all the beats and R&B and fucking the 90s and shit too.
Absolutely.
I didn't think Kanye, it's because my generation really did, the way we got introduced to Kanye was right after his car accident.
Yeah.
And he's spitting through the wire.
Yeah.
Right. That's how my generation got introduced to Kanye.
Well, here's.
So I understand why this dude thinks he's God.
Here's the backdrop. Here's the backdrop, because during his work with all these artists that he ghost writ or produce all these beats, the extra spare time, because mind you, these artists are paying for studio time,
right?
And sometimes they'll leave. They'll buy a certain amount of hours,
right? Yeah, I know.
And those hours sometimes don't get used all the way. Kanye took advantage of that. Kanye stood there, got that studio time, and built what he gave to us, which was College Dropout, which was, I gotta say, one of the best albums of our generation, and did it with what he had. And I kind of get upset when people talk shit about Kanye, because like you said,
he's bringing a lot of whatever he's been doing for the past, I'd say like 5 to 8 years. And look, life moves fast.
Yes.
His mom died. You don't know who to trust.
True.
I get it. Sometimes you make plays that you are so confident in the moment. You don't have the right people to guide you. It's hard. But I can imagine being in Kanye's position, and literally like everybody is only after you because they're after the money. Like, you have so much that you're like, I'm like, look, I have fame and I'm not broke. But I know there are a lot of genuine people in my life because I don't have money to offer them like that. He has been so far removed from that kind of piece for so fucking long that I can understand maybe where he tried to do this or do that, thinking in a grand scheme plan that obviously you're not in his head.
But
You're not
here's the
going to
thing I
fucking
like
understand it.
about Kanye.
But he's without, but I'm just going to wrap it up quick. But without the foresight or having that good guidance, he put himself into some positions that is deserving of some of the feedback that he's gotten recently.
Oh, no, fair.
These things are, so we're looking at the top of our class for not to be a Kanye reference, but I mean, he is in the top of his class. He does everything from the back to the front. The most talented people are the ones who will grind beyond comprehension to be the actual best at what they do. Now, the one thing that you learned about Kanye is that he is not about the club life.
Right.
And the thing is that he's an isolationist. So when you have an inverted thinker like not inverted, internal thinker like that, then you have someone who will listen to their own ridiculousness for as long as your own mind will perceive. And I will give you a good goddamn, I bet he was not a conversation fellow with Kim. And that's no joke about that. Like
anytime she opened her mouth, you just see him like,
it was like Donald and Melania. It was there as a trophy.
Yeah, he's like, this shit is so that's what he fucking ridiculous. You could tell it in his face. Like, he's an intelligent man, right? And he's like, we have a jacuzzi. We don't even fucking use. He's like, this shit's fucking. He's like, this shit's fucking ridiculous, man. So, he's like, if they were to figure this shit out, they'd be so mad.
So I just pretty much described his entire religious phase.
Yeah.
In one, and while he's in his religious phase, when you would think that he would be the most devout to be a good person, he ends up being the most devious he's ever been and causing divorce and fights over kids, everything like that. Because here's the problem. It's only Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye, he made a song. Kanye hates Kanye or something like that. Kanye is Kanye. I can't wait to meet the old Kanye because the new Kanye is not as cool as the old Kanye.
Right.
And he wrote a song about his own inverted thinking. It's fucked up, I know, but I give it out, man. Look, Jay-Z can go into his studio booth within 15 minutes, have a dope song, and then 5 fucking awards at the end of the year. Kanye spends 1 year on a song.
Right.
That is, and if you've ever seen a data track of writing one of those goddamn songs, I'll tell you, it's not easy.
That's perfectionism at its finest, right?
Oh yeah.
But no, we had a question come in from the comments, and we're going to go back to this because I know you spent a time on these notes,
it's okay.
and we're going to touch them right here.
It's okay.
But Robin threw in saying Super Bowl Sunday. I want to see how everyone reacts to the halftime, or at least the new age of kids coming up. Dude, all right.
I only have one thing to say.
Okay.
If you botch this to no end, if they botch it, and they will.
It might not even happen.
They will botch this for 2 reasons.
Oh, actually, fuck. I just thought something.
I hope one of the reasons is one that I thought of. Shit. All of those artists are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And all of those artists don't have explicit language on every single one of their fucking albums, including Macy Gray.
Yeah.
What is this going to sound like? Is this going to sound like a skipping Walmart CD of Eminem?
Right.
Or is it going to sound like the edited CD of Eminem from Walmart?
Right.
What are we going to hear if Dre and Snoop don't drop the N-word every second of every moment with the goddamn car going like this with weed smoke coming out? What?
Well, listen. What
are we going to see?
We are all adults in this room. All right. We all know what the intended words are going to be. Now, mind you.
No, say it.
I bet
so we can understand as a nation that the FCC is dumb.
Oh, yeah, we already know this.
Cut them from their limbs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm done. I'll walk away
with that. I bet they start off with "Forgot About Dre."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's an iconic.
What's Kendrick Lamar gonna say? I can't even hear him when he's speaking the word before and the word after. And we're that's Kendrick Lamar. Seriously.
Well, look, I see it like this. It's a span of generational rap right there, because you have the old school, which was Dre and Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you had the metal with Eminem.
You have the 90s going into the 2000s with Mary J. and Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you got Kendrick.
You have literally 3 decades
We're missing one really, really good one that we forgot about.
Oh, no.
And we need to have Master P in this whole fucking lineup. It is not even consulted. I remember I was wearing no limit gear and didn't give a shit about camo.
Dude, I had my camo overalls. I had my bandana going through that phase. Like, I remember that. But here's the thing. Every Super Bowl halftime show always has like that special guest pop up out of nowhere. Now, mind you, these five names, these five names are epic. No. Dude, I haven't seen Eminem. Okay, personally.
I haven't either.
You're right. Eazy-E's going to come on.
Motherfucker. I haven't seen Eminem in concert since Up in Smoke.
I haven't seen
him in freaking Tampa. I saw that night I was exposed to the personification of rap music because I had Dre, Snoop, you had D12, you had Nate Dogg, you had everything rap pulled into one freaking night. But here's the thing. I expect M to be PG-13 because it's network TV. I expect Snoop Dogg to be Snoop Dogg because, I mean, the man is his businessman.
Oh, yeah.
He just acquired
Death
Row Records. All right. A freaking Dre is kind of hemorrhaging money right now because of the freaking divorce with what's her name?
He could just sell beats. He'd be back on.
Is it 40 million a month or 400,000
a month or something like that?
400,000. Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Nothing.
Well, remember he sold the rights.
Coffee on a weekend.
Dre sold the rights to Apple for Beats.
Right. Yes.
Oh,
correct.
To cover this divorce?
No,
beforehand. Before the divorce.
That's what made him.
Was it 4.2 or 1.4 or some shit?
No, he was in the billions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Billions. Like 4.2 billion or 1.4 billion.
It's somewhere around that range. And the fact that we have these artists come together, this is articulate. This has been in the making for quite some time. I mean, we've got the godfathers of rap, of hip hop, of the soul of R&B, which is Mary J, and then you got the new face of the rap game right now, which is Kendrick Lamar. Now, mind you, yes, I could have seen others besides Kendrick, but Kendrick brings something else to the game.
Yeah, I really hope Travis Scott comes out soon. I hope it's as popular as Astroworld.
Well, Kanye just came out in defense of Travis, and I don't really know how I feel about that because I watched the video.
I don't know anything. I just know that
I watched
Travis
the video.
Scott
Look, here's the thing. Travis didn't need to know what the situation was, but as an artist, if I see an ambulance with its lights on trying to get out of the crowd, and I see the crowd not letting this ambulance out, it is my duty at that point to make it everybody aware. Yo, get the fuck out of the way of the ambulance, you fucking pieces of shit.
Now, here's the thing. You and I have been.
What happens if it's on stage at I lost the momentum.
No, it's fine.
There's where he was. There's no way you cannot see those flashing lights.
Yeah, and mind you, I've been to music festivals where someone has either passed out from the dehydration,
right,
or injury or something,
right,
and immediately like the crowd stops.
Yeah,
the artist like, hold on, yo, we need first aid up here. Like they stop the performance. And I'm sorry that we're going back and digging up Astroworld. Like there's the flag. We're bringing out the hatchet real quick, guys. Right. No, we're not over this shit. I hope, I'm sorry. You are a performer. You are going to be held at a certain caliber to not only to your performance, but to your freaking fans. You have a responsibility to your fans, to your label, to the execs who invested their time, their money into making what you are now. Now, mind you, Travis Scott got to where he was because of his talent, but also of the backing of the music industry.
From what I've heard, he actually kind of faked it until he made it, paying bots on Twitter.
Okay, well, I like some of his songs. I like some of his songs.
A full story that came out, like his actual rise to fame was complete bullshit.
But here's the thing, dude. Once you're at that level, once you're at that like level of stardom, have some fucking responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's.
I don't. I
want to call it necessarily a privilege to be in that position because.
I totally call it a privilege.
I don't want to call it that because nobody should have the right to say you can't be that. It's up to the fans. So if you work hard enough, it's not a privilege you earned or you did something right. Mm-hmm. So privileges can be taken away. But I don't want to say but then people, anyways, go on.
No. I want to follow this train of thought because here's the thing. Yes, you get to that level of stardom because you created something that a certain number of people enjoy.
Right.
that spread your words,
Right.
spread your
It's like a
art
responsibility, right?
more and more and more. And
You
like,
are the
like a-
disciples of the artist. Do as the artist says and spread the joy.
Right.
Exactly.
and here's the thing. You were at Rockville the same weekend that I was at ADC.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
We saw some wild stuff that weekend. But we saw on top of that responsibility.
Oh yeah.
Besides that whole instance with the whole peeing thing,
Okay.
besides that,
We didn't have that.
that wasn't at Rockville?
I don't remember any peeing thing.
The lead singer of Brass.
Oh, her peeing on someone on stage?
Yeah.
Well, fuck off. She
That's
brought him up.
disgusting.
He volunteered for it.
Yeah.
What's up? No one died.
There was consent right there.
Yeah.
There was pure consent right there.
I mean, not to the audience, but they can always just turn around if they don't like it.
But right there,
Avert your eyes.
you have to hold the artist responsible for their actions right then and there. All right. Not everyone is into wet sports. All right. Not
Water
everyone
sports.
water sports. Not everyone is into water sports. Not everyone is into watching that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you take you as an artist at that level have the responsibility to your fans and to potential new fans of with your art. And
I
I'm
have
sorry.
such a good joke, but I can't ruin my job.
Okay. But no, going back to the topic at hand, because like we kind of did get a very, very derailed.
Going back to that whole Joe
yeah, let's talk
Or
about
we
Joe
talk
Rogan,
about the Super Bowl.
Dude,
But either way,
the Godfather of
It started with the N-word.
podcasting.
It's all around the N-word.
So the whole okay, so the person that Joe brought on that started this whole fucking shit show for him, all right, was a doctor called Dr. Robert Malone. I'm just going to read just a few, not going to go deep into shit, but just, so Robert Malone researched in the late 1980s was a huge fundamental step in the mRNA vaccine development. So he was part of the team that worked on the development of the technology that is being used in these vaccines. So he might know something about it. Maybe.
Yeah, I would say.
Maybe. More than any of us fucking know or have privilege to know. Okay.
Rogan
And so he invented it and now he's speaking out against it. Okay. So the question we should be actually having is, why is the person who helped develop it now speaking out against it? And like this person, like Dr. Malone, like has said the same thing on other platforms, and he's being like deplatformed.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
How'd he make Rogan?
Mhm.
How'd he make Rogan? Is it because he worked on?
because he has all these. He's supposed to be like the top in his field.
Okay.
So you know what Rogan likes to do? He likes to bring on people who are experts in this field. Because what does he always say? He's a fucking idiot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Don't listen to me. I'm fucking stupid. But you know, you could listen to if you want to just hear what they have to say. Smart people.
Alex Jones. Frogs are so gay.
You know the whole thing with Alex Jones is
He's my hero.
He's not everything that comes out of his mouth is right or factual, but if the guy is really on the fucking spectrum, you're just giving somebody who.
Now I will pay for an expedition for you to go to the edge of the world to find out where the frogs are.
I honestly,
but some of the things he actually was fucking right on.
He was.
So you can't.
So are the Simpsons.
Look, it's just you gave the
Senate voted Monday.
Look. Kevin Durant has autism. Kevin Durant's a fucking all-star basketball player, but there's still parts about him though that over time he's had to get in control so he doesn't ruin his public
image.
Yeah. Nobody's handling Alex Jones. That's the thing.
Alex Jones fired the people. Fired Alex Jones' people.
Angry, but he's angry for the right reasons, I believe.
Just me.
Okay. All right. We're going to Aaron right now. Hold on. Should I cue the music?
No, didn't need.
Hold on. All right, go for it.
Now, Alex, it's been a while. I sent you an email. As the gentleman across the table just said, you're kind of looking like a fucking lunatic. Just hear me out here. You hire me to take all of the abuse, and you just pay me tons of goddamn money, and I will join your show and hit you in the face when you get too extravagant. The frogs aren't gay, dude. I know. Hillary is not a lizard person. Hillary is not a lizard person. contrary to popular Epstein
She's
belief.
very racist.
I'm
She's
very
not
racist.
a racist.
That's
She's not a
probably
lizard person.
true. Trust me, she's from Arkansas. Probably straight racist.
No doubt about it. Her family was the first corporation, the first law firm she worked for was against segregation. Like, you don't go working for the people that are trying to stop it unless you're also with those ideals.
So offer me an internship is basically what I'm saying. With $1 million price tag, I will go to hell for you. If
There you
just
go.
Give me money. Just give me lots of money. Give me enough money so I can disappear and just say your biblical prophecies everywhere I go.
Now, if I may,
What do you, make this guy a memory for me.
no, dude, all right. People who watch the show know my political stance, know that I know where I stand. All right, I'll just leave it at that. But here's the thing: I used to listen to Alex Jones all the freaking time in the morning, because when I would listen to him, his canter riled me up, bro.
Energy is, and that's the thing you find with people on the spectrum too. Like, I'm on the spectrum. I am blah blah blah. They just that emotion, you go with it, and it's just unchecked. Where you see every corporate, what are they doing? Every single cable news station. Why, hello, welcome today. Today we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. Isn't that so funny? Blah, 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 blah. Fuck this shit. It's all fucked up. We're all going to fucking die. We don't fucking wake the fuck up. Are you going to wake up? I'm going to wake up. We're all going to wake up together. Yeah. Right? You're like, holy shit.
Yes.
Lit a fire in my ass.
Yeah,
where are we going?
And all I did was buy $100 in Save-A-Lot stock. That was all I did. I was just listening to Alex Jones. I got to put this $100 in Save-A-Lot because I know the Chinese are selling today.
But we can all agree that Alex Jones himself was just nothing but a freaking accident on wheels.
I want you to understand. I want you to understand, both of you. Alex Jones is not dead and not gone, and he will be our president. I will fucking make sure of it.
Dude,
I honestly think he'd be better than Trump.
He would be way better than Trump, because at least Alex Jones has a good understanding of the lizard people.
Well, and I think again, if he's not really on the spectrum, like, it's unchecked, but his heart's in the right place where he's trying to come from it.
Yeah.
What, Texas?
Again, I'm not a supporter of Alex Jones.
I am, avid. I buy his shit in bulk.
I think
like actual human shit.
Jesus Christ. I can't with you, bro. I can't with you. But no, freaking Joe Rogan. Goddamn.
So Joe, it's funny is like, all Joe is a disruptor. Like, he's creating a new way of presenting the news, and that the old school media companies aren't doing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pissed. And they're pissed that he's successful at doing the things that they used to do.
Yeah, because here's the thing: he doesn't need that corporate backing. Like, people are freaking bidding for advertising spots with Joe Rogan. Because here's the thing: he has shown how would I say it? It's the free market. It's the open platform.
Right.
No one is censoring him. And here's the thing. He's saying a lot of shit that, I hate to say it, a majority of the country actually believes.
Right.
Because here's the thing. There are times where...
And it's not even the shit he's saying. He's bringing on the people who are educated in those fields, and they're already saying what we're kind of like. Listen, like, look, okay, and people, anybody that follows me kind of knows I have this like diet anti-American, blah blah blah. It's not because I want to be anti-American. It's just I've seen what this country's been doing to the citizens of this country for so long in defunding education, pitting us against each other, and I just see it's been working.
Yeah,
and it pisses me off, and just. Go on.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Hey guys, we just got breaking news. I saw it come right across my feed. Joe Rogan got a new sponsor.
Really?
Yeah, it's My Pillow guy.
Shut up. I love how you're being serious about this. Is that for real?
It came across the ticker. Do you see the ticker?
I see the ticker.
Okay, so it's real. No bullshit here, guys. Joe Rogan is now sponsored by the guy who makes My Pillow. He was almost a cabinet member.
He was. Oh my God.
And yeah. And honestly, cheers. I think Joe Rogan should interview the My Pillow guy.
He should.
Check and see if he did. That could have been an actual thing.
the thing is though, like he
My Pillow guy's name?
He doesn't just bring on people that agree with him though either. He'll bring on people that have contradicting viewpoints and just have a conversation.
And that's why, like, I love listening to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
The oh my God, Andrew Schultz a few weeks ago, bringing the idea of how TikTok itself it is warfare against our country. Because here's the thing, and I didn't know this in regards to the algorithm itself that China has for for said application.
Yeah,
China.
Here in China, you know the things that are trending in China.
Twitter
videos of education, videos of engineering, videos of achievement, great things that are trending in China. What do we have trending here? Twerking, box challenges,
NFTs,
and nice fucking tits. But no, and that's the thing. Like, we're focusing so much on the negative or just the stupid on TikTok. Now, mind you, I will admit, I am on TikTok.
Real to me.
I am on TikTok.
Doesn't exist.
A good amount of time during the day because of marketing. I need to know what's trending. I need to know what's popping so I can apply that to my clients and stuff. But here is the thing.
Are your clients really impacted by what is the trends on TikTok though?
But it affects the algorithm. It affects the SEO. It affects the analytics. Because here's the thing. My clients and the people that I work with and the people that I work for, we have to stay relevant when it comes to searches. We have to stay relevant. We have to be on top of everything. So when people look for us or them, they come up on the Google search. But
same thing when they search Salty Aaron on the internet. They can find me clearly. It's easy because I'm the only Salty Aaron who put money into having that be an SEO optimization option.
And dude, hey, I am the most famous Patricio in Orlando. I have worked hard to get that title. I am the most famous.
However, that Patricio in Denmark is fucking doing.
Yeah, screw you. Screw you, Denmark Patricio.
Cleveland Steamers daily.
Your multiverse partner.
But no, you bring up a great fact. You bring up a great fact that why he's great because of the fact that he engages with people who disagree with him, and not a lot of times do we see that on the news. Because here's the thing: when you watch your CNN, your Fox News, like they'll have
opposing nothing anymore. You got to realize that unless it's Wolf Blitzer, nobody's watching it.
Unless once in a while they'll have opposing parties or people who disagree, and they're literally just yelling over each other.
Oh yeah,
and nothing gets resolved.
And they don't actually talk about anything.
So it's a drunken podcast.
They talk around all the actual issues we want to hear about.
Mm-hmm.
So a drunken podcast.
Like it's like, why are we so pissed off about podcasters and entertainers than we are the Maxwell case?
Ooh.
And I still want to know where Brian is.
God damn it.
We don't have a body. We have a jawline.
Fucking Brian, the guy who killed what's her name?
I don't know. She's not important.
Oh, that thing that went on and that dude they couldn't find.
America's Murder Mystery for the weekend.
Right. No, but seriously. And then so here.
Where's Brian?
So here's
shout out to you, Kyle. Welcome back.
So Joe Rogan, right, goes out, brings on this guy, and gets a hand slap and says, "Okay, well, how about this? It's not that I'm sorry for bringing him on, but how about in the future, I'm going to try to bring on other people that have opposing viewpoints as well, because all I'm trying to do is just present you guys with information for people that know what they're talking about."
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
It was a game. When I heard Rogan first speak, I found out the best way to describe Joe Rogan. And you said it earlier, but this is a fairly more simple. Explain it like I'm 5. We as a society, as a community, as Americans, are generally stupid fucking people. So we elected Joe Rogan to talk to smart people in the way of playing telephone.
Yeah.
Because we think about this seriously. If you are cumulatively thinking as a group that in Joe Rogan is the representative. Joe Rogan's into
the mic.
Am I not? Okay. So he is basically talking to the smartest people in the world and then producing it out to us, whether it's right or wrong.
And he just lets them talk.
He lets them listen. Alex Jones's podcast is 4.5 hours long.
And I loved. I've listened to that episode 3 or 4 times because it's freaking hilarious. It's entertaining content.
There's stuff that's ridiculous. There's stuff that's truth.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're like, damn, you're like, this is not the kind of guy I'm trying to condemn. This is not the problem.
No.
So here's the thing: the tactic that he uses, that Joe uses is he's not a person that you need to be intelligent. He's the guy who had people drink piss for $10,000 20 years ago on Fear Factory or Fear Factor or whatever the name of that
He was the host of the Man Show for a little bit.
He even says it himself. He's like, how is the Fear Factor guy like the most influential person in the fucking...
He made you eat bull testicles. And you are upset at him for misdiagnosing COVID.
And his show isn't even about Joe Rogan.
Enter fucking tainment. It's not real, but talking about real things from real experts. Now, understandably, those real experts can be really shitty guests.
Fair.
And you can't do anything about that. I didn't mean to look at
you.
I said that. You were the guest, and I should have looked at Pat when I said that.
There we go now.
You're a shitty guest, Jaxton.
But anyway,
you're a shitty corpse.
So Rogan, though, here's the thing. The reason why they're going after Rogan is because he's too big.
Oh, yeah.
He's a mouthpiece for a generation of white males in a new generation, and most of society is tired of that. However, Rogan has been soft on both sides of the political spectrum, and it allows that across the bipartisan ability to talk about things without it having been an actual problem.
Talking stick, taking it right there. But you hit it right on the nail. But why he's relevant? Because he's talking to both sides. He's getting both sides' opinions. And here's the thing: with that great power comes great responsibility. He's exercising that right. He's giving both sides the opportunity to speak.
Yeah.
One of the things Rogan also does.
He's a modern hero, actually.
Oh, yeah.
He is our modern Paul Revere. He is letting us know that cancel culture is coming.
Right?
You know what I mean? And here's the thing.
I love that. I fucking love that.
I know you guys, both of you, are impacted or care much about cancel culture in itself. The comment that I made on Wednesday night when we were walking in to do comedy, and we were discussing something about cancel culture.
Yeah.
The only people who have been successful cancel culture is victims of sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, it is an instant failure.
Yeah.
There is nothing. Yeah. Okay. Talkie stick there.
Yeah. No, it went from the non-fictional to the fictional world. All right. Yeah. You got Epstein canceled. You got Bill Cosby canceled.
Epstein was already canceled. He fucking raped kids.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. But I'm leading into that in regards to how
Epstein. He was never a show
of how powerful the culture is. Where if they decide to go.
You mean Weinstein?
Yeah, Weinstein. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
that's what
you said. Epstein. I'm like,
that's what I am sorry. I am sorry that I'm sorry that I mixed up a turd sandwich and a piece of shit. Okay, my bad. My bad.
You were still talking about shit as its own center of genome. So
well, the sandwich has tomato on it.
I like lettuce.
But no
corn.
And then you saw like right before, and this, forgive me for even bringing this up, Space Jam 2 came out. They attacked Pepe Le Pew because Pepe Le Pew represented the whole forcing yourself on women.
Well, technically, we Dave Chappelle joked about this. Jay he likes to poke. He's a comedian. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to make you think about it. He makes you laugh at first, but then he really makes you think. You're like, well, damn, I never really thought about it that way, though. Mm-hmm. Pepe Le Pew did actually represent how European culture is actually, to tell you the truth. When I go to Europe, and it's bad enough here that I see, and like one of the companies I has is to address that. But when I bring it over to Europe, and it's like the more Eastern I go, the worse it gets on just dudes. Literally will walk up to a girl in a club. Girl could be just standing there minding her own fucking business with a drink in her hand. He'll walk right up, take the drink out of her hand, put it down, grab her by the wrist, and drag her to the dance floor.
Wow. Yeah.
Without a conversation or even saying fucking hi. So, honestly, I can understand the concerns about Pepe Le Pew.
No, and this is where I'm segueing into because of the fact that Pepe Le Pew represented that kind of culture, that kind of behavior, and the representation of Pepe Le Pew, in a sense, condoned said behaviors. Mm-hmm. But then when cancel culture started going a little bit offhand, and trying to cancel, I think they tried to cancel one point Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, and Betty Crocker.
They started going against these fictional representations in society. And then they went up against they were trying to cancel and this is the one I hold near to my heart, Speedy Gonzalez. Now here's the thing. They tried to cancel Speedy Gonzalez, and Speedy Gonzalez's support went through the freaking roof.
Oh yeah, we all love Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, and nowhere in the Mexican culture, as a Mexican American myself, in no way, shape, or form was I ever offended or felt bad in a way for the representation of
A
Speedy
Mexican on
Gonzalez.
time.
If he was a Hispanic mouse and he was fast,
Yeah.
so his nickname's Speedy. And he's Mexican, so his last name's Gonzalez. There's
Okay,
yeah. I'm not
Speedy
seeing a
Gonzalez
reason.
was an
Is it because-
answer. Go
Is
ahead.
it because, and I'm trying to say this without making
You're
it
not
go-
going to offend me, bro.
No,
Go for it.
Not about you. I'm actually worried about her. Is it because that he arrived to work on time?
Uh-huh. 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 Dude, I feel like
because I hear that's part of the culture is that work will start when I get there, and work will stop when I'm done.
Yeah.
And that is like is a general malaise.
that's a good general representation of a certain aspect of the Mexican culture when it comes to the workforce itself. Work gets done, but when it's time to go home, it's time to go home. There is no overtime. There is no, coming in early. The job will get done within this time frame, no questions asked.
So looking at that in Spanish culture, obviously, where do we get off at saying that Mexicans are lazy people? How do we get off on saying that if the demographic shows that they are extremely hard?
No. The idea of the lazy Mexican comes from the Mexican clocked out.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
The tequila guy at 1 a.m.
Exactly.
Okay.
The lazy Mexican comes from him already clocked out and just relaxing, because here's the thing: when we work, we fucking work. We will put up that fence. We will redo your roof. We will cut your poodle's toenails. It'll get fucking done. But when I clock out, here's the thing: family is the most important thing. It should be for everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in generalization, as a Mexican American, in the Mexican culture, family is the most important. And you spend that time with your family.
I see.
Okay.
I get it.
And when we're with the family, hey, we're more relaxed. We're more chill. Yes, we're going to have a couple of Coronas in the backyard and pass out in the pool again. That's how we lost Uncle Julio, but we don't talk about Uncle Julio.
How many? Okay. I wish this was. No, I'm just kidding. How many Mexicans have we lost to pool-related injuries?
Very few.
Very few.
Because we actually know how to swim.
But what if you're drunk from the Corona?
Which Corona?
Pepita will help us out. The dog will start barking, and then they'll be like, why is the dog barking? Oh, crap. Juanito fell in the pool again. Get him out. Get him out.
Okay, so Juanita's not dead.
Nah, dude. We're gonna party hard. We're gonna have a great time, but at the same time, like we hold ourselves accountable. People, the Mexican culture, the Mexican people come to this country for an opportunity to get out of the cartel-filled streets of Mexico. All right, the economy there. I can't say right now how the economy is in Mexico, but from family,
you should get on Twitter. You find out
who have came from Mexico to over here. Oh, we got a boost or something. I don't know, whatever that was.
You got what?
I don't know. So I had a message come in. Oh, it's an email. Sorry about that. Anyways, it just popped up on the screen. But
Thank you.
Mexicans come here for the opportunity to provide for their families. They're Mexicans who cross that border every fucking day, leaving their families in Mexico to come here to work that under the table job that no one wants to do, get paid the littlest amount of money. And you want to know what happens with that money? That money gets sent back to Mexico,
right?
To help fund. Help
who the fuck is keeping Western Union open?
Yeah, thank you, fucking thank you, dude. 100%.
So Western Union is based in Mexico City.
No, Western Union keeps the.
That was a joke. Because Western ideals find their way to Mexico no matter what. So
more or less, yes. But
I wish that wasn't the case, and I wish we got Canadian culture, but all we got was Beaver. He got a DUI in Miami.
Have you ever watched Letterkenny?
I have not a single episode.
Somebody showed me like the first episode of that.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a fun pill.
Right.
Once you start taking effect.
If I wanted to watch Fargo 2 with a new place, I'd watch Letterkenny.
But dude, here's the thing. We're about to hit our hour 15 mark. I know there's a ton of topics and a ton of points that we didn't get to discuss. And I would love to give that more focus
Chia Pets. Are you for them or against them?
How much time we got left?
We can do another 15.
Okay, how about real quickly here.
Yeah.
So the person that came out against Joe, right? Neil Young?
Yes.
Back in January 2021, he sold 50% of his publishing rights, his entire back catalog, for $150 million.
Well, a lot of money.
To a company called Hypnosis. Oh, he spelled it wrong. Yeah, sorry. I had an assistant give me some notes. He spelled it wrong. So Hypnosis then partnered with Blackstone. Anybody doesn't know what Blackstone is? It's a company that's been forking out about $100 million a week recently. Corporations buying up single-family unit homes so people can't own homes no more, and they've been buying them at 30% market value.
Holy shit.
Hold on. So Hypnosis partnered with Blackstone to invest in musicians' back catalogs in 2020. So they've also been snatching up music rights since 2020 as well. So, and Blackstone announced that Jeff Kindler was going to join as senior advisor. Jeff Kindler was the CEO of Pfizer from 2006 to 2010.
Oh, shit.
So now we have a direct correlated link. So Joe brings on somebody who says, this is what he said. He said that if you take the vaccine, the more you take the vaccine, you're actually stacking your chances to have side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you take that vaccine, you're multiplying your risk for side effects. So what would that do to Pfizer's stock?
It would plummet.
Oh, God. And you know how much it's gone up since the COVID?
Insane amount.
Oh, their shareholders are not disappointed.
Of course not.
So we now have a direct link between the whole fucking Neil Young thing and a corporation that's tied to Pfizer. So if you're trying to understand why this irrelevant fuck was the only big person to come out against Joe against this. We're all tired of COVID.
Yeah.
We're all sick of it. It's silent. It's stealth COVID now. Go fuck yourself. CDC just recognized natural immunity to this shit. Someone wants to come out and say only for 90 days. Bitch, that's if you isolate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then, and if your body doesn't sense the need to still have it, it'll lower its defenses. You keep spreading yourself around it, exposing yourself to it. Your body keeps working with it. That's why those of us who've never caught the fucking flu and we continue to just hang out with people and we never catch the fucking flu because we're always around it. But our bodies have the defenses for it. But if we weren't to be around it for a little bit and it mutated enough and we came back around it, might catch it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, dude.
I got Omicron.
You know, people want to talk about the 5 million people dead worldwide from COVID. I got sad news for y'all. It's called math. We're going to divide that number by 2. We got 2.5 million people on average, and it's declining sharply, dying from COVID. You know how many people died a year worldwide before COVID? On annual, 60 million. It's not a fucking dent. More people now are going to be dying from the flu. COVID has mutated itself to being less lethal than the fucking flu. Yep. We do not mandate flu vaccines for anybody outside the medical field that deal with people that are vulnerable. In the Spanish flu itself was 10 times more lethal than COVID could ever fucking hope to be. Mm. We never had fucking vaccine passports for the fucking flu shots. We're not forcing them down fucking kids' throats. That's where I'm about to get fucking pissed off right now. Because you're telling me you haven't had enough time to go by to give me long-term studies on this bullshit. Because you just started injecting people with it. So fuck off. I'm not fucking stupid. 7 years hasn't passed. 10 years hasn't passed to let me know what the long-term effects of this motherfucking new technology
could be. And we're going to see in the next 4 or 5 years, the effect that not only COVID has had on society, but the vaccines, whether it's Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna.
And what's Pfizer's track record?
You're fucking with body genetics by putting a vaccine that's untested for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. You don't have the... See, 6 months ago, I would have been persecuted for talking like that.
Oh, yeah.
A year ago, I would have been toted up like I was actually Jesus H up there.
People are not... like as stupid as people are, you can't... they're not stupid forever.
This is a larger issue.
We're starting to wake up to this COVID bullshit.
Yes.
Like the numbers are not there.
Okay, so this whole time we've been fed misinformation
from our own fucking politicians.
It's not even that. Okay, so the extremities of where the disease is mutating at a more higher rate is in obviously higher densely populated areas. Mm-hmm. And when that becomes the actual issue is that now you're not even containing it, really. All you're doing is you're making alternative ways for it to become even more airborne. It's already in the body. You know what I mean? Most of us, Omicron is just basically the antibodies for the rest of us. And the people who did get the worst of it had 2 weeks of shittiness. You sweat and you shit a lot.
90% of the people who caught COVID didn't know they had COVID until they took the fucking test.
Yeah, it was like 8 days in before I knew I had COVID, and I was sitting at home just because I was paranoid and waiting on the test to come in. But realistically, what happened? I had 2 days of super awful migraine. Like, it was so bad I couldn't open my eyes, and it just happened to be Christmas and Christmas Eve. And then 3 days later, my wife ended up getting it, and we ended up sitting in the house for 2 weeks trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
When I caught Delta this past November, I felt slightly drained. It was during right after Rockville. I felt slightly drained. I just noticed I didn't have that in it. And then right before it was over,
you gotta have that.
Well, no, just that energy. That energy, like I just felt tired for no reason, right?
I was like okay. A caffeine withdrawal.
And I slightly, because when I first caught COVID, I lost my sense of smell for 6 months. It came fully back. I have it now.
Nice.
Second time, it didn't fully go away. It's slightly. So I was like, okay, I got COVID. But what happened was I got nauseous. I puked. And the moment I puked, done. So it's a fucking virus.
Yeah.
When you're growing up and catching a stomach virus,
it has to get out of your system.
Any other fucking virus. What do I do? Can I take? No, it's got to pass.
I think everybody should be mandated an enema, and then they can understand what shitting yourself is. But prepare yourself for upcoming things.
Mandated enemas.
But why are we asking to cancel Joe Rogan just for bringing someone on who has education and not canceling Anthony Fauci for lying to us at the beginning of the pandemic and admitting that he lied?
Okay. We keep going back to Fauci. Fauci it was just like anybody else, and he had no fucking idea what this thing was going to do.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Okay, to an extent.
They all knew what this was going to do, and that's why they politicized it. They knew they didn't have a lot of time. It's all about big pharma. It's always about big pharma.
I do not disagree with you.
It's all the money. So they're like, okay, look, we know we can scare them for a few years. Jack the fucker. They have made record profits. All the corporations, because 50% of small businesses went under. You couldn't go to small businesses. Only the mega corporations were open. $5 trillion transfer of wealth. The biggest transfer of wealth in human. These are not coincidences. I was in Europe 2019. The science came on and said in the next 2 to 3 years, there's this new thing coming around. Over 97% of the population is going to have it. But guess what? It's going to kill less than 2.5%. So what we really need to talk about here is who is it really going to target? So they were actually thinking about it, but they knew. Look, these are not. Look, we know nothing. People that actually know shit, people that are educated, people that are connected to what's going on, they know this shit. They have algorithms. They have simulations of this shit. We know they run simulations. They're running simulations of what a zombie apocalypse will look like and where it's going to be hotspots and shit. They ran the simulation for COVID so many fucking times that every government got together and figured out, okay, we got a lot of problems in the fucking world right now. Everybody's up in fucking protest. Holy fucking shit. The world's about to fucking flip it. What can we do? Oh, COVID. You need to be 6 feet apart. Don't go out, because if you go out, it's not about you.
No,
you can kill your neighbor.
Once you start applying that mentality, yes, it does sink in. It does conveniently sync up. I'll say it like that.
My last thought on the whole fucking thing. So that Dr. Robert Malone, right? One of the things he's been saying, okay, he calls it's mass formation psychosis. Was developing in American society in its reaction to COVID-19, just as during the rise of Nazi Germany. So people yelled that it's not a real psychological condition, but he never claimed it to be diagnosable. Like he said on the podcast, he called it mass formation psychosis. He's just talking about like the pack mentality that we all have now. Because when the vaccines started coming out and they're like, oh, when you get vaccinated, you can go back to your life. Right. And now they're saying, the reason why you can't go back to your life. And this is what they did with the Jews. You can't know why Germany's not doing good. Why the economy's not doing good and you're not doing good? Because of the Jews. They have the money. It's because of the people that are so selfish and not taking the vaccine. And I swear to fucking God, within a month, I saw people that had gotten vaccinated literally calling for the deaths. The complete apathetic. If you didn't have your vaccine and you went to the hospital, hope you fucking die. That was the attitude.
No.
It's a general malaise. Yep, I remember.
I remember that clearly.
I remember.
Dude, you didn't have Hitler asking us to fucking kill all the unvaccinated. Everybody's already ready to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And we wonder how could Nazi Germany happen? And holy fucking shit, you're almost ready to volunteer to be the next fucking 2.0.
Dude, we walked around with stickers saying I'm vaccinated. We publicized. We were sharing. I admit it myself. I recorded. I went live when I got my vaccination. I put that label out there. Hey, I am vaccinated, and people in this country were proud to take that. People, were proud.
The only reason why you were proud because you thought you're getting your life back.
Yeah,
that's
fair and valid. And I took the vaccine. I took the vaccine because of my position. I am in marketing. I am in entertainment. I am in podcasting. I have to go out. I need to be able to interact with people like you, like everybody out there, people who listen. And here's the thing. There are certain individuals that have a phobia of the vaccine, which they should in a sense, but at the same time, there was a sense of relief when you told someone, oh, I'm vaccinated.
Pfizer has more lawsuits for producing more products that have done so much harm to people that have been taken off the shelves than they produce products that have done good for people that they've made money off of. They hold the largest lawsuit ever for false leading premises of Pfizer's a horrible company, and you're going to trust something that they put out in record time?
I took Johnson & Johnson.
That's not. They're all in the same.
I know.
That's not a phobia. That's critical thinking.
I want to come back when you're free to touch base on this one. Now, here's the thing. I'll be more than happy to bring out a medical expert because you have some strong bullet points, but at the same time, now mind you, I just say this as a disclaimer. None of us are medical experts.
No.
None of us are.
But we're just asking questions.
We're asking questions.
Why is somebody that brings on a medical expert who actually worked on what we're talking about, why are they so against conversation?
Knowledge is power.
It affects bottom lines.
And knowledge is power.
No, it just affects bottom lines. They don't give a shit about anything else. That's it. The only reason why, as soon as you start affecting their bottom line, that's when you get fucking irrelevant Neil Young and some other fucking thing. And now you got clips of the N-word and clips of this and that. And they're trying to push it out fast. It ain't us. You know how many black celebrities that come out and support Joe Rogan?
The only one who's gotten a fucking hitting is The Rock.
Even that. Okay, so the whole tranny comment. People have been using that publicly. Why don't we talk about Tina Fey calling Paris Hilton a tranny back in 2006 on SNL? No one is saying it. It used to be a catchphrase on a drag show. A hot tranny mess was one of the contestants' catchphrases. He said it around that time too, when everybody was saying, I have people from the gay community, coming to me and be like, that word was used back then, and he wasn't even using it to entice hate or anything. But you know why they did it? Because The Rock was supporting free speech. That's it. As soon as literally within a day of him supporting free speech, there was a character assassination hit on his ass.
Oh yeah.
They even tried to use scripted dialogue of him making fun of the Chinese language during a WWE match. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid asses! One of my friends, I love him to death. He's from Vegas. He'll be a smart kid later, but he's in his early 20s. I kind of get where he's coming from, but he's like, I was like, no one. My caption was wrong. I was like, no one fucking cares that he makes fun of the Chinese. Is like, oh, so it's okay to knock on them? I'm like, no, but it's a scripted fucking fake thing. So we got to cancel Leonardo DiCaprio for using the N-word in Django now too, right? Fuck off, you fucking
It sucks that the double standard forgives certain people, but not others. And we're going to come back on that one because we have a schedule tonight. Jaxton, once again, thank you so much for coming on, taking that time out of your schedule and the travel that you took to get here, dude. I appreciate you and fucking love you on that one, bro.
I want to scream about Rogan for a couple hours.
I know. I want to scream about this country and society for a couple hours. You're being pushed to do this.
You have 30 seconds for your final thoughts, sir, as we're exiting out.
Oh,
your final thoughts, Jaxton.
Final thoughts. Okay, if you guys haven't watched anything, if you don't like Joe Rogan, fine, whatever. Listen to Russell Brand. Go watch Russell Brand, because all he does journalism. He just gives you facts upon facts upon facts upon facts that you can look up yourself, and they're all verifiable. And literally, you will just see the fucking money trails. And that's all you ever need to do. If you ever wonder about something, check the money first.
Check the money. Aaron, your final thoughts as we're wrapping up.
Well, we live in a strange world, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Every single day we get a new feed about another celebrity dying I didn't really care that much about in the first place. And we have another crossover of a shitty Super Bowl that's going to sound like an edited Walmart CD.
That could possibly not happen if the truckers get together.
And there's this idea that everybody has to be right
California
all the time.
Fuck.
And surprisingly enough, I am so happy to be a Floridian.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it requires to hang DeSantis by his neck to make sure he doesn't get to political Trumpness. But either way, we need to shut that shit down and make the Island Boys go away forever.
There you go.
Thank you.
I am not pardoning them when the race war comes.
Oh, shit.
Because we're actually Peninsula boys. You fucking idiots. You don't know about geography.
Oh,
suck
shit.
my dick.
I'm an Irish boy.
As we're wrapping up, as we're wrapping up, I got to say thank you to a couple people in my life because they've been there for me these past few weeks.
Can I go pee?
And yeah, go pee. Go pee. Thank you to all those who have been there for me these past few weeks because it's been a tough road and things are starting to level out. Thank you once again to Law Office of Aaron Morris for providing us our brand new board that we're going to have so much fun and we're going to create so many new memories and new content. But as always, if you're not laughing, you're not living. Live every day to the fullest, but always do it with a side of chaos. We'll see you guys next week.